Matthew Aldridge.
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name?
Today's court session is an absolute spectacle. In the spotlight, Matthew Aldridge. At least, that's the name on record. But the guy standing at the podium, he's not owning up to it. Instead, he's calling himself the attorney of fact, which, by the way, is completely made up. This is a classic sovereign citizen move, pretending the court has no authority over them. But here's the reality. Courts have jurisdiction over anyone within their territory, no exceptions. And the judge? Yeah, he's not having it. He shuts this nonsense down in the most brutal way, leaving this guy with absolutely nowhere to run.
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent in the area.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't the court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Apparently there's a copy here.
This is where things get even more ridiculous. The guy claims to be an attorney of fact and hands the judge a piece of paper to prove it. You didn't see it on screen because it was a dull moment, but the paper quoted some completely made-up law, supposedly giving him the right to represent Matthew Aldridge. In reality, real attorneys need to be licensed and follow actual legal processes. You can't just print out random laws and expect them to work. This is classic sovereign citizen behavior. They'd act like they're above the law and think courts will play along. Spoiler alert, they don't. The judge shuts him down immediately. At this point, I'm wondering, is this movement actually growing, or am I just seeing more of these cases? Let me know what you think in the comments.
And personally, in this court for the plea day on his case, which was set for trial tomorrow, and as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation, and I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Will that be an Article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury. Certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time to all of these other citizens who are here today. talking, you stop talking.
Nah.
No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing.
This judge is handling the situation like a pro, calm, collected, and completely unfazed. The guy barely got a chance to push his attorney of fact nonsense before the judge shut it down piece by piece. It's clear he's seen this kind of thing before, especially when the guy started quoting made-up laws. And here's the best part. The judge actually tells him he can't even say his own name. That moment was hilarious, especially since judges usually keep a straight face. But from the second this guy opened his mouth, it was obvious the judge wasn't going to waste a second on this circus.
15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th.
Sovereign citizens are truly a unique group. They believe they can simply opt out of the legal system by refusing to recognize the government's authority. They throw around terms like common law or the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, but completely misinterpret how these laws actually work. To be clear, courts operate under federal, state, and local laws that have existed for centuries and are backed by the Constitution. There's no secret loophole that lets you decide the rules don't apply to you. Still, these people continue to clog up courtrooms with bizarre arguments that waste everyone's time and achieve nothing, except adding to their criminal record. Legally, the sovereign citizen defense collapses the moment jurisdiction comes into play. Courts have authority over anyone within their geographic area, no matter how much legal mumbo-jumbo they throw around. For anyone wondering, trying to dodge taxes or fight a speeding ticket with these tactics doesn't just fail. It can actually lead to harsher penalties for wasting the court's time. Honestly, I don't get why people keep trying this. Do they really think they're outsmarting the system, or is it just some strange form of rebellion? Either way, it's ridiculous, and honestly, kind of sad. They're not fighting the system, they're just making fools of themselves. That's it for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on sovereign citizens in the comments. Thanks for watching, and take care.